I'm so happy to be here to present the award to Marc Benioff, my friend, the founder, chairman, and CEO of Salesforce. In fact, I'm so happy to be here that I broke my own very strict sleep rules in order to catch a 6 a.m. flight from New York. Everyone now talks about purpose and values. But in 1999, when Marc founded Salesforce, he wasn't just talking about purpose and values. He established right from the beginning, embedded in the company, the 1-1-1 rule. 1% of equity, 1% of product, and 1% of time of employees given to the communities that Salesforce serves. And now that Salesforce has scaled to 30,000 employees, this has real impact. And that has always been the case with Marc. He doesn't just talk. He uses his voice for action on LGBTQ issues, on education, on children's health care. And 2 years ago, when he did that study that showed that within Salesforce there was a pay gap, he didn't just talk. He didn't just issue a statement condemning the fact. He didn't just appoint a committee to come up with some solution. He actually acted. He used his own money to close the wage gap. Crazy, isn't it? But we are at this turning point in history when it's not enough to just send thoughts and prayers when there is another instance of gun violence. When it's not enough to be appalled when there is another instance of a powerful man using his position to abuse women. And when it's no longer enough to be stunned at more evidence of the pay gap between men and women that we've been talking about for years and still remains intact. This is the time to move from words to action, and this is what Marc demonstrates. And I have a lot of friends of mine, a lot of women friends at Salesforce. And this is not just words and action at the policy level and at the company level. It's every day. I saw the former CMO, Lynn Voidovich of Salesforce in Washington the other night, and she told me how the day that her water broke, she sent a text to Marc because she had to cancel a meeting, and she arrived at the hospital, and she was met by the director of the hospital, the head of OB, and a battalion of doctors and nurses who had been alerted by Marc. And this is the contagious spirit within the whole company. And of course, it starts with his amazing wife, Lynn Benioff, that I want to honor. Because, you know, next to each strong man who is doing good by women, there is an amazing, strong woman, in this case, his wife. And so, you know, we've heard that famous line by Madeleine Albright, which is that there is a special place in hell reserved for women who don't help other women. Well, I believe there is a very special place in heaven for men who support women. And within that place, there is an extra special place for Marc Benioff. So I am really thrilled to be presenting Marc with the Variety 2017 Empowerment Award. But first, let's look at this video.